What's good, YouTube? Menesteel here, and today's video is going to be a little different, mainly because of the deck that we're dealing with. This deck, the second it hit the meta, was like exploded into like one of the most played decks. So I didn't want to just like ride the wave and post it before all y'all. I want to do something a little different, which was take it to a tournament and like play it and perform in order to like show you guys how strong it is in like the best competition, or attempting to, right? So then it became a case of trying to find a tournament that I could actually participate in, because again, this is not my 9 to 5. I have my own job and stuff like that. Regardless, I kind of did like a little tournament breakdown, metagame breakdown alongside the deck list, and there will be gameplay at the end. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you want to see more content similar to this, I'll make a less wordy intro like moving forward. But comment down below if you enjoy this type of content. I wouldn't mind going into more tournaments and making videos like this, whether it's with a top tier deck or something more on the rogue or like low tier. Ultimately, if you enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. As you can see from the title, this is the Magnezone Skarmory list. I'm well aware that people aren't too fond of Magnezone at this point, and it almost feels like a cheat code to just stick Magnezone into any deck. But as a creator that likes to provide both like competitive and just fun content, I do have to put my hand, like, you know, in the cookie jar when it comes to like presenting decks that are currently in the top of the meta. I'm aware this is not the #1 deck. Statistically, the best deck is Executor EX, which I do have a video for already. But a close second, or like fighting for the second spot, is this Skarmory list. It does a great job of combining like the aggression of Skarmory to like an end game, a consistent end game above all else, of Magnezone. So like the early game is just Skarmory hitting for 50 consistently, and then when your opponent finally gets rid of it, you have a Magnezone swinging for 110, or even a Heat Transfer 110. You get to build up both of them simultaneously, which is just an insane combo in this meta. As for my list, it's pretty standard in the sense that it's almost like set in stone. 9 Pokemon we're playing is basically consistent throughout every version or variety of Magnezone Skarmory. But when it comes to supporters, I've seen people stick in Geo. I've seen some Pokemon communications. Those are all correct in their own right. Like, they have their function. I just focused on like, I like being aggressive with like Sabrina. So having the extra copy, I was able to use it earlier on. As far as the 4 tools, it just makes Skarmory more consistent. And Cyrus is like the best closer in the game. I honestly entered this video with the preconceived idea that y'all would know what these cards do, but just in case you don't, or this is the first time you seeing this list, what makes Magnezone so good is, by the way, you're just playing Metal Energy. I feel like that's important to bring up, because I've seen it, whether it's in Facebook groups or forums, where whether you're a beginner, you don't notice that you could actually edit the energy that's in the deck in the deck builder. And maybe I'll make like a short on that, but point is, you're only playing Metal Energy, but your finisher is Magnezone. Magnezone, for 1 lightning, 2 colorless, does 110, discards the lightning energy after swinging. So you might think to yourself, how do we get lightning onto this Magnezone? That actually comes from the genetic Apex Magneton, which is ability Volt Charge, lets you add lightning energy from literally nowhere. It grabs it out of nowhere. It's the way they describe it from the energy zone. Basically, any Pokemon can grab anything from the energy zone as long as its text allows it. Ideally, you start Skarmory while you're setting up Magneton in the back, and you just keep using its Volt Charge turn after turn after turn. And then eventually, when you're ready to attack, or they knock out the Skarmory, it's when you drop down the Magnezone. You want to have 2 to 3 lightning energies before you evolve into Magnezone, because that's the limit on how many attacks you have Magnezone, and you want to close out the game. Skarmory is the most aggressive basic Pokemon in the game currently. With a tool on its side, it's consistently hitting for 50. The only thing that kind of compares is like Farfetch'd, or I guess Kangaskhan if you're really lucky with your coin flips. I'm personally not. But yeah, Skarmory is hitting for 50 for just 1 energy. And what makes that so strong is that if it's with Helmet, it's also dealing an extra 20 if they try to attack it. And if it has Cape, it lasts a little bit longer. And then the best part of Magneton being self-sufficient and like giving itself energy, and Skarmory just requiring 1, is that you can actually play and consistently rely on an endgame with Heatran. Heatran on the surface is just your regular like basic. It's 120 HP. The retreat cost is very expensive, but the attack does 110, which is just as strong as your Magnezone. And like I said, since Magneton is self-reliant and self-sufficient in charging energy, once you have that 1 energy on Skarmory, everything else goes to this Heatran. So it's very common that your endgame has a Skarmory that's just bullying your opponent, and then once they finally get through it, you have a Magnezone that's hitting for 110 and a Heatran that's hitting for 110. And a great thing about this deck is the fact that it does, in fact, all your Pokemon are 1-pointers. There's no EX here. So both of them having 2 Pokemon that can hit for 110 in your bench actually comes up. And that's not to say that you have like a second Magnezone being built up. That's like, you know, like it is possible, and it's very strong. Hopefully you guys aren't too tired of the Magnezone list at this point, but I did feel the need to like present this one. It was very strong. It did very well for me in tournament. I actually finished top 16, and with a little bit of luck, I could have gone further. But realistically, anybody can say that, especially in Pokemon Pocket. where there's coin flips and stage 2 Pokemon and anything could really happen. So I'm just glad that I was able to perform at all and present this video to you. If you want to go straight to the gameplay, I will have added chapters for all of the matchups, but now I'm going to go into like a little different content, which is the meta breakdown of this tournament specifically. Feel free to comment down below if you enjoy more of that, and I definitely enjoy putting it together. As far as how I opted to join this tournament specifically was completely based on my availability. However, I was pleasantly surprised by not only the turnout of 132 players, but how well the metagame of this tournament reflected the current state of the game, as I truly felt it was the perfect setting to showcase the strength of Magnezone Skarmory. To no one's surprise, the most played with almost 20% of players using it was Executor EX, as it has really cemented itself as the best deck in the format, as it counters Darkrai thanks to its typing, and ultimately is such a bulky Pokemon that most decks struggle to deal with it in general. The next most played deck technically was Darkrai, and I say technically because although 15% of players were on Darkrai, it was divided amongst multiple variants such as 8 Magnezones, 4 Weaviles, and even 2 Greninjas. After Darkrai, the most played deck is Charizard, that thanks to the rise of Executor has really found its staying power in the meta, as just under 50% of players decided to bring it to the tournament, and I actually faced 3 of them in Swiss. The last 2 decks to have notable amount of players was my choice of Magnezone Skarmory and Pachirisu EX. This tournament was best of 1 and had 5 rounds of Swiss and then cut to top 16. The top 16 was made up of the decks you see here, which the majority were to be expected due to how many were being played in the meta as a whole, but there were some noticeable dark horses in the form of Dialga and Rampardos. Rampardos was actually undefeated in Swiss and went on to win the entire thing with the list using Lucario to give it that extra damage to knock out essentially almost every Pokemon in the meta. When it came to Dialga, it was actually successful with 2 different versions. There was a Melmetal that topped and a Yanmega EX version that topped. Due to the amount of Charizards, I expected multiple to make top cut, but out of the ones that did make it, the standout for me was a variant using the Arcanine line, which is something that most people have dropped. But I was honestly impressed by how aggressive the deck gets once it's able to set up Arcanine, while not sacrificing the power of Charizard. Then there's Pachirisu, that despite 7 of the 8 being of the 18 trainer variety, there's actually a version at top that included Zapdos EX. Last but not least, 2 Magnezone Skarmorys made it to top 16, including yours truly. Unfortunately, we were matched against one another in the top 16, and it didn't go so well for me. Ultimately, I'd like to emphasize how fun it was to not only play in a tournament setting, but to do well in it. If y'all enjoy this kind of content, feel free to let me know in the comments below and even suggest what decks you'd like me to try. Regardless, I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and once again, stay pro. Round 1 going first against Fighting, which by the way, I have their list somewhere here. Kabutops. We definitely start Skarmory, although taking the damage kind of blows. They're playing one Sabrina, so part of me wants to hold Heatran. Yeah, let's do that. Oof, Onix. They are on double Brock. Might as well put Cape on. It's not like the Onix is gonna hit us anytime soon. And pass turn. Okay, there's the Fossil. We could drag out the Fossil with Sabrina, which we will do that immediately. Okay, we got Pokeball. There's the Magnemite. So now we're able to put both of these down. And yeah, no hesitation. Especially since we're playing double Sabrina. Just let's grab that Fossil. Alright, although now they are able to swing with Onix if they have Brock in hand. Another Fossil? Yeah, so we're not out of the woods yet, especially with he has the type advantage against Magnemite. A second Skarmory is pretty good here. We start building up Heatran. And we'll give him the knockout, the Onix knockout. Also, for context, the only Pokemon they're playing is Onix. Like as a that'll be their lead mon every time. If we could draw the Helm here, it'd be perfect because they can't swing with Onix at that point. Okay, we got Research. Can we find Magneton? That would be a pretty good draw too. There it is. And Magnezone. Okay, both a 2 for there. No helmet though. We'll deal 70. I think it's fine. Let's go Cape as well. So that deals 50. Again, Helmet would have been the perfect card there in this situation, but... They also have a Cranidos line, by the way. Lingering somewhere. The Sabrina felt like it might have been able to steal the game outright, but clearly it did not do so. There's the helmet that we needed. Let's Volt Charge again. Build up Heatran. Part of me kind of wants to... Well, we can't attack yet, so yeah, let's not do that. Let's just take our knockout. How do we maximize our chances of winning here? A Sabrina would help if they put any fossil down, which they shouldn't. At least, let's look at what their hand has. I mean, their deck has. Yeah, we knew Kabutops was coming. 160 is insane. Especially when he's doing 50. Or hit him for 120, puts him to 50. He goes up to 110 again. So we actually might have this. There's no potions, there's nothing... Yeah, there's no surprise attack anywhere. A Sabrina would kind of, like... Yeah, Sabrina would be the worst situation here. So we built here. We Volt Charge here. We're forced to Helmet here in order to counteract the Sabrina play. Do they have Geo in the deck? No, and they would require the Sabrina anyways. Yeah, let's just do the 110 here. Now the most they could heal for is yeah, I think we got this. Even with Sabrina, the helmet will cancels that out. It got closer than I thought it would be after the way we started. But yeah, GG's. And in pure sportsmanship, we won't waste their time. We'll just swing our Heatran and it's game. GG's to our opponent, and that's round 1. Alright, going first against Pachirisu, that's an 18 trainer pile. Which means they're going to be very aggressive and hopefully we don't get punished. Although it's looking like we're about to get punished. A Skarmory would have made it. If we see Skarmory, doesn't get much better, does it? Pokeball, we will use it first. There's the Skarmory. Then we research. Like, yeah, we get evolution advantage. But at what cost? Okay, the Pokeball grabs their other copy of Pachirisu. What would be a proper way of doing this? Clearly we Heatran here. If we evolve into Magnezone and then equip Cape, we survive. I guess we send in Heatran and just take a few hits and hope we get enough time to... Yeah, let's do that. Retreat, evolve into Magnezone, Volt Charge, and Helmet on the Heatran. And yes, that's about all we got right there. They do play one red card, they do play Hand Scope. So I guess we could have caped Magnezone already. Skarmory doesn't matter, Skarmory gets knocked out regardless. The Lumberry, actually that's probably best case scenario. That's like their, yeah, they're gonna do 80 damage, but their HP is limited. That's fine. Their HP is limited. That's one. And two, they don't hit us back when we hit them. So that's another like plus. Again, this Heatran, they do play double Sabrina, so that they have a chance of like completely just bringing it out twice. We do have the Magnezone though. We can't get too greedy with how we use it because Cape does buy us the extra turn here. And we could high key just build this up. Let's see what they end up doing, deciding to do. At this point, if I was them, I'd put down the other Pachirisu. Yeah, that was basically almost guaranteed. At least they're out of Sabrina's, but now they'd have double Cyrus. So we're not necessarily in the best position. Pokeball. That might come in handy. They're out of Sabrina's anyway, so... Okay, Volt Charge here. Build up Heatran for the knockout the following turn. Yeah, we're forced to do this. Unfortunately, we can't just like cape over, like double cape. That would be huge. And they were able to dodge swing at the Heatran every turn basically. I guess what we could do is assume they're gonna build up the. Like, they could red card here somehow, or for some reason. Yeah. Okay, I found the win condition. Outside of them having... Okay, yeah, they're going to red card us. Because, honestly, the Sabrina's are way out. Now, I'm trying to think... I'm trying to think, how do we... Is there a way... Because if we Sabrina, right, we bring out Pachirisu, hit him, we go down to 100... No, we go down to 80. We can't afford to swing. Yeah, we can't afford to Sabrina here. Best case, we... That's not it. That's not it either. I think this is a tie. We could play Skarmory down, but it doesn't change nothing. Again, they're out of Cyrus. I mean, they're out of Sabrina's. Yeah, what happens here is... Yeah, this ends up in a tie. We, 3 to R4. I don't know how the game reads it. This will, however, be a tie, regardless of what they decide to do. Yeah, they can't Cyrus out anything. They can't use any more tools. They do have Mars, but again, we have everything... Like, nothing in our hands coming into play here. But we don't have to swing until they do. Yeah, I'll take the draw. Like, what else? What other? I have no alternative. Now, honestly, in tournament setting, I don't know what happens here, so I'll keep this rolling for a little bit to keep it to y'all. Okay, I got the victory. I wonder what happens in their screen. Is it because I got 4 points? It's actually interesting to me. Yeah, from their end they lost. I don't know if it's because they had no bench. I don't know if it's because we got more points. Alright, so going to round 3 against a Charizard deck. We're going first. Decent hand. If we were going second, it'd be even better, but beggars can't be choosers. They do have one Sabrina, but yeah, there's no, it doesn't change anything. And they open Charmander. Okay, that's really good for us. They're forced to have like they're only playing 1x speed. Oh my goodness. I guess if they want to be aggressive, we could just show them we got the helmet. Okay, this is like as good a start, especially since we're going first. We have the evolution advantage. Okay, they do have Moltres. Do they have the X speed or the one of Leaf in their deck? They got the X speed. Okay. Can't really complain. It's just gonna become a. Do they have the entire evolution line? Research helps them a lot there too. As far as supporters, again, they have the Leaf that I mentioned. They have Sabrina. Other than that, it's gonna become coin flips, and if do they get there fast enough? Let's see. Yeah, no. Well, clearly coin flips is not their problem. They have no issues with that. Let's see here. Pokeball. What could a Pokeball get us? Heatran. That's probably best case scenario, because since we are all one prizers. Alright. Starting next turn, we're going to start building up everything pretty fast. We're not in the worst spot, even if they see like the perfect line of Charizard. But it's not like we're in the best spot either, if that makes sense. Communication, so they're digging for Charmeleon. And mathematically, I have no way of knowing what the odds are there. Did they get it? They got the Charmeleon. So at least it seems like they're getting a lot of things to go their way. Where are they putting the cape on? On the Charmeleon as well. That puts Charizard at 200 HP, which is still... We can still deal with that. The Moltres math there... Yeah, no, if that's a Charizard in the back, we're not doing too hot. Hopefully, this low rolls. They got 2 out of 3 in the first flip. Let's see what they get here. Okay, 1 of 3, which makes it where... Okay, we're not in the worst spot, and they're down to 1 card in hand, so that's also good to note. Voltic Charge there. Start charging up Heatran. I don't know where I want to commit this helmet to, or if I even want to do so. Let's go Skarmory here. They did buy themselves an extra life with that Moltres. Okay, the research is huge for them. Pokeball, we don't care for. Although it does make their Moltres better because it gets to spread out the energy now when it ramps. Seems like they missed on Charizard though. I lied. I lied to your face, I lied to my face, but it's okay. They used research, right? So yeah, this Moltres isn't going anywhere. We're not playing Geo or nothing to like take advantage of the situation. It is good that, let's say it's here, 2 of 3. Nah, if I flip one of this guy, I probably wouldn't be struggling right now. Finally, we get research. Yeah, that's our first supporter of the game. That's actually pretty good. We're definitely doing Volt Charge here. They have 1 card in hand. Are we like scared of a Sabrina play? Probably not. Especially with the Magnemite, we just give a Magnemite at that point. Let's see how this goes. Now for the rest of the game, we do threaten the Cyrus. to grab that Moltres. So far they've used one potion and their only cape is on the Charizard, right? It does become a game of trades though. The leaf doesn't affect us too much. Alright, that takes away the cape, basically. We ignore cape. I think we win this. I wanna believe we do. Cape doesn't buy us any extra time though. We definitely go here. Definitely go here. Definitely evolve here. And charge that as well. At this point, we could Skarmory. It's not like we're playing communication or nothing. We're gonna put him down to 60. Yeah, I feel comfortable putting Helmet here. Alright, yeah, so we're going down to... he's going down to 70. And the most he could go up to is 90 with the potion. We don't care about that, as we can see. Heatran knocks it out. We know we have Magnezone. They're top decking from here on out. Alright, I think this game's set. I think we got this. Okay, another cape. We could feed this, it doesn't really matter. Cape definitely on you. And sure, why not a Magnezone? Again, out of 6 cards left in our deck, there's like a Sabrina that guarantees us a win next turn. Because have we used a Sabrina at all? Okay, no, so double Sabrina Cyrus, all guarantee a win next turn. Like, my head's everywhere. I'm looking at their list, I'm looking at our list. Trying to see what potential like plays there is. Yeah, most they could do is try to ramp here. Top deck Charmeleon, you know, casually. Inferno Dance. So far they've not gone less than 1. They've gone 2 for 3 most of the time actually. This is the perfect time for us for them to get 0 for 3. Okay, perfectly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that nails it, even though, okay, we didn't see the... Okay, we didn't see, I didn't even apply energy. This is basically his game regardless. Even if they draw Charizard, they would have to back into it without ramping at all. Yeah, so it looked kind of weird there, but the fact that we're playing a bunch of 1 energy, they saw the Sabrina too, that's, But yeah, the fact that all our attackers were 1 points is what allowed us to win this game. They didn't have enough build-up or pressure so that, like, had they built up 2 Charizards and just drawn perfect, then we would have lost. But yeah, now we're just going through the motions, but the game's over. So now, round 4, we are going second. We opened Skarmory with a tool. But our opponent it's another Charizard deck, by the way. They're on 1 Mars, 1 Sabrina, no Cyrus, which is kind of standard at this point. Only 1 potion. We'll see how it goes for them. We will be able to start pretty aggressively. You have to assume they hold the... They're not putting like a Charizard, I mean a Charmander or nothing up front this early because so that we don't like fish it out with the... with the Sabrina and all that. My bad, I got lost in thought. I don't want to put Heatran just yet, because we can't even, like, put energy on it, and then a Sabrina would just set us back. Alright, let's see if they did, in fact, well, double research is huge for them. And there's the guaranteed basic Pokemon. They're at 8 cards in hand. Okay, there's the Charmander. However, no other... Okay, that's 1, 2, 1 heads. Okay. Now, this might seem too aggressive. We could either... I think if we had the Magnemite building up, I'd feel more confident, but I think I'm gonna target that Charmander immediately. Because we have Cyrus. Because now, even if they evolve into Charmeleon, they'd be at... It'd be 40 HP. They would need Potion, which they only have one of. Okay, they have the Charmeleon. Do they have Potion or Cape? Okay, they had their one of Potion, which is, I guess is not surprising. They have half their deck in their hand. Let's see how much this Moltres... First of all, where they put their fire energy, and second of all... Maybe I got too aggressive, but actually I think it's fine. I think the play we did was fine. It will matter how many heads or tails they get here. Let's see. Tails is beautiful. 2 tails. Okay, they got another... So far we're doing great in terms of like their coin flips, right? Okay, Pokeball. We're hoping for Magnemite, but without Magnezone, it doesn't do too much for us. The Cyrus play seems a little greedy. Cyrus, I think we hold Cyrus for the following turn. Just in case Heatran could end it. Like, now here we have 2 options of like knocking them out next turn. We've yet to see research. We're halfway through the deck. Okay, they do have the Charizard. It's at 150. Unless they have Leaf, they can't both swing with the Charizard and get Moltres out the way. Oh, they do play double X speed. Never mind. It was the round before where they only had 1 X speed. Also, a thing to note is they do play Mars. Their lackluster flips, although they didn't get no 0, like, they didn't get no, like, pure donuts, they did get 1 every time. Okay, the Cape does extend their turns somewhat, right? Okay, so they're out of Capes and they're out of Potions. That's good to know. Yeah, now this is... They would do a good flip, I guess. But mathematically, we're still fine. Magnezone would be huge. We also have the option to bring out Cyrus now, hit him down to 100. Knowing that if they try to knock out Skarmory... I think that's the best case scenario, right? Because the other way around... Yeah, let's get a little aggressive here. Again, they have no way of healing at this point. They're not playing Geo or nothing. We need Magnezone so badly. And we have a lot of, like, a lot of chances. We have double research in the deck that we haven't seen. We have the Magnetons themselves. We're in a really good spot to win this game, but it's going to come down to the wire, honestly. They decided to Sabrina, which clearly we just give a Magnemite. If you want it, you got it. Which does allow them to go, like, bring out Moltres and swing with Moltres, but then the Charizard loses 2 energy. Or it loses 1 energy because they have the X speed. Okay, that works too. Not in a position I'd like to be in, but it is the position we're in. Alright, we got the Skarmory out. Finally, Magneton. Okay. Volt Charge. What way to do this is the best? Heatran knocks out Moltres, gives us 2 points. He's out of Sabrina's. He could Mars us, is the issue. Do I helmet the Heatran or the Magneton? If we take the knockout here, Sabrina could win us the game. Then next turn, I feel like if we take the knockout here, we're like guaranteed to win. Right? Yeah, I think mathematically this guarantees the win. Hopefully I didn't mess up on something. Oh wait, what I did mess up on? Okay, I knew I was trying to play around something and it was the... Now we lose to Mars. Yeah, unless we draw right back into Magnezone. I knew there was a reason I wanted to wait a turn. There's still ways we win this, but I kind of, yeah, that was not well played by me. Yeah, no, we cost ourselves the game, didn't we? We win with Sabrina. If Sabrina, there's multiple ways. Oh my goodness, we got so lucky. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I knew there was a reason I wanted to slow roll the game. There was multiple draws that won us the game there, but wow, that was a lot more stressful than it should have been. But we got it. That's GG's. All right, going second against yet another Charizard. This one, although, has okay. I guess this punishes if they start Moltres, but honestly not the start we wanted. But yeah, this one's playing Arcanine instead. Not instead, as well, like alongside their Charmanders and stuff, yeah. They're playing a Growlithe line. Okay, they do have a Charmander, so Sabrina, we can't punish them with Sabrina. Okay, they just drew all of it, okay. We did see our own Pokeball. There's the Skarmory. Let's put a couple guys down. They're not playing Hand Disruption like the other Charizard was playing. So let's see what we do. Honestly, ideally we see Magneton, right? I feel like we haven't seen a research in quite a while. They do have evolution advantage, and they, wow, when I say they see everything, that's insanity, and that's like off no research.
Surely it'll get evened out with 3 tails, right? Right. Bro, I'm getting this on camera. This is insane. Yeah, that Arcanine's coming up next turn and just botting the living hell out of me. Technically, we could get like one more swing in. But it doesn't do as much as Skarmory does. They one-shot Skarmory, so there's no reason to put Cape on it either. And Sabrina would just make it where... So, they do play X-Speed and Leaf. And they've had everything up to this point, so I wouldn't surprise me yet. Not to sound salty, I'm just getting obliterated, honestly. If I had Magnezone off rip out, we would be on pace to just shoot this down, and I'm pretty sure we win from there, but... We can still, if we drop Magnezone now, we're still in a good spot. So let's see if we get lucky. Just one Magnezone gets us there. Nothing we could do there. Quite unfortunate. Is that even if we Sabrina, all we do is like let their Moltres build up, which in that case we should have probably just this guy's gonna hit us for 140 because of weakness. Yeah, in that case I should have put the energy on the Heatran. Yeah, I don't know. That was discouraging. That they just opens. Wow, man. No words. We did buy ourselves a turn, which is why I should have just started fueling Heatran off the rip. But again, we are a Magnezone away. That's beautiful. A Magnezone away from getting back into this. Man, what did I do to you? Going second in a mirror match. Funny enough, it's the only other deck in top 16 that was also playing let's see. Oof, they started Magnemite. This is beautiful. But yeah, this is the only other Magnezone Skarmory Magnezone that made top 16. And luckily we won the Dyro, so hopefully we get to take advantage of it. As for what their list looks like, card for card, man. Identical. Granted, I know I'm not playing anything out of this world, anything crazy. I'm aware my list is basically as generic as they come, honestly. Okay, let's see. They're not playing any kind of X speed or nothing, so we will be able to hit this for 50. They did draw everything when it comes to like their basic Pokemon. Oof. Please, please, please give me the 67% chance of Magnemite. Come on. That's the ugliest Heatran I've ever seen. Oh, we'll Helm here. We'll put down the second Skarmory. I can't believe we just lost that. That's not even a dice roll, but it's all good. We did go second, so we have that to our advantage. It's just so frustrating. Damn, we have everything but that Magnemite, and that's our second research. Again, this is top 16, best of 1. Oh, it's win or go home. And they saw their Magnemite. Man. They could even start building up Heatran as well. Or they're gonna run away. Not too sure what their aim is with that. Why would they helmet and then run into... Maybe it was a misclick. They meant to put it on something else. Like, for sure we'll take it. Like, I'm not gonna complain. It's just odd to commit the helmet. Let's see. Can we punish them for it? The Sabrina could come in handy, but I kind of want to hold it. Let's build up Heatran here. Yeah, maybe we could use it next turn. If they find a tool, they do win this trade. And we don't have the Magnemite, so... And they saw the perfect tool, too. Because now we're forced to see a tool, but we don't want a tool. Realistically, I guess we would prefer... We would honestly prefer to see Magnemite or research into tool Magnemite. That'd be beautiful. Let's see. Research? Oh, we got the Magnemite. Okay, we got half of it. It's just so unfortunate. It's just a tool here would have been perfect. I guess we still take this trade, right? Because they can't knock us out yet. And we will be able to get our second point before they get theirs. A tool there would have been perfect. Yeah, now they just go Magnezone. We're just a turn too late, and it's going to cost us the game. So unfortunate. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Yeah, they could just Sabrina and just win. Like, even, like, another perfect draw. They already have their 2 points. Because a perfect draw would have been the tool beforehand. The tool, so that we would have been 2 points to 2 points. And here we Sabrina out Heatran instead. But I'm just talking in circles. There's literally no win condition here. And like they know it. Like even like maybe if I had just such a good run too, and it just came down to and after such an awkward play where they helmet their Magnemite and they just there was no punish there. GG's. But not what I meant to click on, my bad. Well, not how I wanted the run to go. It's kind of unfortunate how it did end, but GG's to them. They honestly they had the draw, we didn't, so GG's.